It's October 2024, and the night's already spiraling into chaos by the time I hear the front door creak open. The house is quiet, nothing but the faint hum of the fridge and the groan of the floorboards under unsteady steps. I'm standing in the bathroom doorway, the dim light throwing shadows across the tiles, and there he is, my Rory, my boy, stumbling in. He's a wreck, eyes half shut, hands shaky, clutching the sink like it's the only thing keeping him upright. He reeks of cheap gin and that lavender lotion I gave him last Christmas. Ironic, isn't it? My golden boy, straight as no trouble, the one teachers call dependable. But tonight, he's a walking disaster, and I'm the only one here to pick up the pieces. "I've got it," he mumbles, his words thick and slurred as he fumbles with the faucet. His fingers slip over the handle like it's some unsolvable riddle, and I see his face twist. He's always hated messing up, ever since he was little. I think back to him at 5, wrestling with his coat buttons until his knuckles went red, or at 7, spilling juice all over the counter just to prove he could pour it himself. He's always been that kid, too stubborn to ask for help, too proud to admit he's in over his head. But right now the faucet's winning and I step in, calm and steady. "Rory, relax, I've got you," I say, my voice cutting through the fog around him. I turn the knob and cold water splashes into the sink, sharp and loud in the stillness. He lets out a big, messy sigh, his shoulders slumping like he's been holding his breath all night. I grab a washcloth from the shelf, run it under the tap, and press it to his forehead. His skin's hot, sticky with sweat and booze, and his eyes flutter shut as I wipe his brow. Slow, gentle, like I'm smoothing out the chaos he's dragged home with him. "You didn't have to wait up," he mutters, his voice small and thick, like he's 6 again, spilling his heart to me after a nightmare. Back when he'd tell me everything, no walls, no filter. "I always wait up," I say, soft but firm, and it lands heavy. Suddenly, he's that little boy again, sneaking into my bed when the thunder roared, gripping my hand on his first day of school, chattering about his day until I knew every detail. Before life got messy, before he started bottling things up, I was his safe place. I run the damp cloth over his cheeks, his jaw, his messy hair sticking to his temples, every move careful, like I'm piecing him back together. "I didn't mean to get this trashed," he admits, his words slow, tumbling out like they're too big for his mouth. It's not quite regret, just this tired, hazy confession. "I just wanted to tune out for a bit, you know?" I pause, my hand stilling for a moment. "Tune out what?" I ask, keeping my voice low, gentle, like I'm stepping around something fragile. He shakes his head, his throat tight. I can see it, the weight of everything. School piling up, friends letting him down, that pressure to be perfect that's been suffocating him lately. He doesn't say it, not yet. I don't push, he'll talk when he's ready. I turn off the water, grab a towel from the hook and say, "Come on, let's get you to bed." He doesn't argue, a glaring sign he's done. My Rory, the kid who's always got it together, who doesn't need anyone. But tonight, he leans into me as I guide him down the hall, my arm steady around his back. He's taller than me now. When did that happen? But he feels small, my steps keeping him upright as his sneakers scuff the floor. We reach his room, and he collapses onto the bed, the mattress creaking like it's as exhausted as he is. I tuck the blanket around him, smoothing it out like I did when he was little, and he sinks into it, the world fading at the edges. "You'll feel better tomorrow," I say, brushing his hair back, my fingers cool against his sticky forehead. He nods, half gone, but then this raw little sound slips out, and he grabs my wrist. "Stay," he whispers, his voice shaky, like it's coming from some deep place he didn't know he had. I don't know why he says it, just that he needs me right here, right now. I freeze for a second, my breath catching, then sit beside him, my hand resting over his. "I'm here," I say. "Always, even when you act like you've got it all figured out, even when you're too cool to need me, even when the world says you should handle it alone." That's love, isn't it? Not just the shiny moments, the triumphs, the laughs, but these dark, heavy nights when he's falling apart, and I'm still here, holding him up when he can't stand. He drifts off, my hand anchoring him, and I stay, Like I always have, like I always will. The next morning I wake up slow. October light slipping through his curtains, soft and gray, washing the room in muted tones. I didn't mean to crash here, but I'm warm, curled up beside him. Not that hollow chill I get waking up alone. My arms draped over him. He must have rolled closer in his sleep, and it's comforting, you know? Like when he'd sneak into my bed as a kid, scared of shadows, and I'd let him stay till morning. I shift and he stirs, blinking awake. "Hey, Mom," he says, voice rough but warm, a sleepy grin tugging at his lips. "Last night was something, huh?" I smirk, sliding out of bed, my bare feet hitting the hardwood. "Yeah, if something means you being a total mess." He chuckles, rubbing his eyes. "Glad you're okay," I say, and he stretches, looking lighter, like last night's weight is peeling away, bit by bit. Something's shifted between us, subtle but real. After breakfast, burnt toast and coffee strong enough to wake the dead, because he's still half asleep, we head to the grocery store, our old weekend routine. When he was little, he'd sit in the cart, legs swinging, babbling about crayons or how he'd score a goal at soccer while I grabbed carrots and cereal. Now he's the one sneaking candy bars into the basket, thinking I won't notice. Spoiler, I always do. But today feels different. He's quieter. His eyes lingering on me like he's trying to figure something out. We're in the produce aisle and he tosses out, "You look good today, Mom." I blink, caught off guard, clutching a bag of apples. "What?" "I'm in yoga pants and this old hoodie." He shrugs, casual. "Still, you always do." I laugh it off, but I feel my cheeks heat up. He's not usually one for compliments, and it throws me. We're by the eggs when he hits me with it. "Do you ever feel like no one sees you?" I freeze, carton in hand, my grip tightening. "What?" I say, sharper than I mean to. He keeps it cool, picking at his sleeve. "You're always doing stuff for me, for Dad. But who's got your back?" It's real and it stings. Something I've felt but never said. His dad's here, sure, but not really. They're like roommates now, drifting further apart every day. I see it in the way he barely looks at me, the way I've stopped expecting him to. I swallow hard, looking away. "That's just mom life, Rory," I say, forcing a smile. He scrunches his nose. "That's lame though, it's not fair." I laugh, a little unsteady. "Life's not fair, kid," but he's not dropping it. He grabs jars off high shelves before I can reach, hauls the bags to the car without me asking, hypes me up over picking apples. "You've got an eye for this, Mom, seriously." He's noticing me, caring, and it's strange. Nice but strange. I'm not used to it. Back home, he's unpacking, tossing cans into the pantry while I lean on the counter, sipping tea that's gone cold. "You deserve to feel special," he says, dead serious, locking eyes with me. I stare back, something softening inside, like he's really seeing me. Not just his mom, but me. For once, he's giving something back, and it feels bigger than I can say. The day's got that October snap. Leaves crunching, air sharp enough to wake you up. We cook together, and it's chaos in the best way. He's chopping onions, tears streaming down his face, while I toss garlic into the pan, the sizzle filling the kitchen. We're bickering over pepper. "You're gonna ruin it, Rory. Live a little, Mom." And then he flicks flour at me. I gasp, mock offended, and throw diced carrots back, hitting him square in the chest. We're laughing, doubled over, the kitchen smelling like rosemary and home. It's loud, it's messy, and it's us, real and unscripted. Later we grill outside. Pumpkin spice in the air, the fire crackling as the sun dips. His dad's home but barely there, muttering about work and vanishing into his office, leaving us with our burgers and cider. I feel myself deflate for a second, but Rory keeps it going. We're on the back steps, him kicking at leaves, me sipping cider he poured without asking. We talk about his flaky friends, the art project he's stressing over, my old stories from when I was his age, sneaking out to see bands. He spills more than usual. How he's drowning under expectations, how he's scared he doesn't know who he's supposed to be. I listen, really hear him, and it's like I'm carrying some of that weight with him. Night creeps in, the air turning crisp, and he says, Hang in my room? I nod, hiding a yawn, and we're back in his space. Sketches on the walls, paint cans on the desk, that teen sweat and acrylic smell. He flops on the bed, kicking off his sneakers. I sit, smoothing his blanket out of habit. Sometimes I forget how cool this is, he says, staring at the glow-in-the-dark stars he stuck up years ago. I nod, tracing the quilt's edge. Yeah. You spend your life waiting to grow up, move out, then realize the best stuff's right here in the quiet. Do you miss when things were simpler? He asks, rolling to face me. I hesitate, glancing at the window where the moon peeks through. I'm okay, I say, but it's thin, and he pushes. Are you, though? I sigh, picking at my sleeve. I don't know, Rory. I think I got used to fading into the background. Nobody noticing, nobody caring. He sits up fast. You don't fade, Mom, not to me. My smile's small, sad, it cuts deep. Your dad's not a jerk, he's just gone, you know? Not here for me, not anymore. That's garbage, you deserve better, he says, his voice fierce, protective. I shrug, tired. People drift, kid, it happens. He grins, switching gears. Remember when you'd rub my back as a kid? I'd whine you were too soft. Harder, Mom. I laugh, a real one. You were such a drama king, still are. He nudges me. Want me to try? Smirk. Only if I can too. He starts on my shoulders. I'm a tangle of knots, like I've been carrying the world. Geez, you're tense, he says, digging in. Snort. Look who's talking, you're a stress ball. He works at it, and it's quiet, good. Like when he'd flop on my lap after a rough day, begging for head scratches while I watched my shows. Thanks, Rory, I whisper, soft. Any time, he says, and I know he means it. We switch, and my hands are gentle but sure, kneading his back until the tension he's been hiding melts away. It's simple, but it's everything. Morning comes. Early, gray October gloom wrapping the house. I wake up slow, hearing the fridge hum, the clock tick. His dad's side of our bed is cold. He's been sleeping in his office half the time. I roll over, staring at Rory's ceiling, replaying last night. You deserve better. Stuck with me. Did I settle for fading away? For being invisible? I used to shine, back when his dad still laughed with me, when we'd dance in the kitchen to old songs. Now it's just Rory, and that's not enough, I'm more than this. He's in the kitchen when I shuffle in, coffee steaming in his hands. His eyes tired but soft. You good? He asks, leaning on the counter, stealing a sip from my mug when I pour it. I nod, but he sees the lines on my face, deeper than they should be. Let's do something, just us, he says, nudging my arm. I grin, faint but real. Like what? Something fun, he says, to shake you out of your head for once. Laugh shaky. That's a tall order, kid, good luck. We hit the farmer's market. Air thick with cinnamon and apples, that earthy October smell. He grabs a huge pumpkin, holding it up like a prize. Too much. I snort, hands on my hips. That's a monster. You planning to carve it or wrestle it? We load up, squash, bread, meat from the butcher. And he's laughing, real laughs, not the tight ones he fakes sometimes. We weave through the stalls, him haggling over honey. Me picking herbs like it's a mission. You look happy, he says, hauling bags to the car. Pause, brushing hair from my face. Yeah, I guess I am, I say, and it's quiet, but it hits hard. I haven't felt that in ages. Back home, we're cooking again. Pans clanging, butter sizzling, the kitchen a battlefield of spices and laughter. He's stirring stew, hip bumping me as I chop potatoes, and we're arguing over garlic. 2 cloves is plenty. Live a little, Mom, 3's the vibe. His dad drifts through, grunts about work and disappears. Same old story. I flinch, my knife pausing, but Rory keeps us going. We eat outside. Deep orange sky, cider in hand, the air cool but warm with us. He pours me extra, unasked, and we talk. About his portfolio he's rushing to finish, my old painting dreams I let go, silly stuff like his true crime podcast obsession. I'm lighter, laughing easier, like I'm shedding years of quiet neglect. Later we're in his room again. Our spot now, these late-night talks where we drop the masks. He's sprawled on the bed, sketching in the air. I'm sitting, fiddling with his blanket. What makes you happy? Just you, not mom, you? He asks, propping up on his elbow. I freeze, my hands stilling. I don't know, I say, voice small. He leans in, serious. Find out. You're more than this. More than Dad's shadow or my cheerleader. He looks at me, eyes steady, and I feel it. I'm not just his mom, I'm me, someone buried too long. Maybe this is my start, our start. We're good, relaxed, no pressure, just us. The world fades, and it's like we're the only two who matter. Two souls who get each other, no words needed. It's messy, it's real, and it's everything. We're good, relaxed, no pressure, just us. The world fades, and it's like we're the only two who matter. Two souls who get each other, no words needed. It's messy, it's real, and it's everything. The night's deep now. That October chill sneaking through Rory's cracked window. The glow-in-the-dark stars on his ceiling flickering like they're tired too. He sprawled across the bed, sketchbook open but ignored, pencil dangling loose between his fingers. I'm still here, perched on the edge, hands folded in my lap like I'm holding onto something I can't name. That question he asked, "What makes you happy?" hangs between us, heavy and unanswered, like a thread we're both afraid to tug. I catch his eyes on me, steady and searching, and I know he's not letting it go. My boy's always been stubborn like that. Gets it from me, I suppose. "Mom," he says finally, his voice soft, cutting through the hum of the house. "You didn't answer me. What makes you happy? Just you." I laugh, but it's brittle, a shield for something raw. "Rory, I haven't thought about that in God, I don't even know how long." It's true. Being a mom, being his dad's wife, it swallowed me whole. I forgot there was a me outside of that, a woman who used to dream, who used to feel alive. He sits up, tossing the sketchbook aside, his face serious. "That's not okay, Mom. You're not just a job. You're you, funny, strong, the one who taught me to keep going. You deserve to feel that too." His words hit hard, cracking something open inside me, like I've been holding my breath for years and just remembered how to let it go. "You really think that?" Ask, my voice small, shaky. "Yeah," he says, firm, no hesitation. "And I'm not the only one who should. Dad's missing out, but I'm not. I see you, and I'm not letting you fade." I blink fast, swiping at my eyes, and he scoots closer, nudging my shoulder. "So what's one thing, just one, you'd do if you weren't worried about everyone else?" I'm quiet for a long moment, staring at the wall where his old band posters curl at the edges. "Painting," I say finally, almost a whisper. I used to paint, landscapes, weird abstracts, anything. I'd lose hours in it, just me and the colors. Then life got busy, and I stopped. He grins, already scheming, I know that look. "Then we're getting you paint. Tomorrow." No excuses. I laugh real this time, shaking my head. "You're relentless, you know that. Learned from the best." He fires back, and I nudge him, a spark lighting up in me I haven't felt in forever. The next day's crisp, that perfect October bite in the air. Sun warm but edged with cold. He's up early, dragging me out of bed with coffee bribes. Burnt and bitter, but I drink it anyway. We head downtown to the art store, a little place squeezed between a bakery and a thrift shop, the bell jingling as we step inside. The smell of canvas and turpentine washes over me, and it's like stepping back in time. Back to when I was young, free, before I traded brushes for bills. Rory's buzzing, tossing a basket at me. "Pick whatever." "I'm buying." I raise an eyebrow. "With what money, kid?" "Birthday cash I've been saving, don't argue," he says, and I cave, a slow smile spreading as I grab blues and greens, then a canvas bigger than I planned. Back home, we set up in the garage. His dad's old workbench pushed aside, a tarp spread out, the door cracked to let the breeze in. I'm nervous, hands trembling as I squeeze paint onto a palette, but Rory cranks some music. My old indie rock playlist from when he was little, and it's like a switch flips. I start slow, broad strokes of blue across the canvas, then layer in green, yellow, a slash of red that doesn't make sense until it does. He's sketching in the corner, stealing glances, and I'm alive, humming along, paint smudging my cheek, lost in it. This feels good, I say, not looking up, and he grins. Told you. Hours slip by. Him doodling, me painting, the garage filling with color and sound. His dad pokes his head in once, grumbles about the noise, then disappears. Typical. I tense but shake it off, keep going, and Rory's proud grin keeps me steady. By dusk, my canvas is a wild mess of swirls and shapes. Chaotic, beautiful. What is it? He asks, tilting his head. I shrug, wiping my hands on a rag. Me, I guess. Or what's left of me. He nods, getting it. It's awesome, Mom. You're awesome. That night, we're back in his room, the paint smell still clinging to us. I'm on the bed now, legs crossed, holding a mug of tea he made. Awful, but I sip it anyway. Thanks, Rory, I say, voice soft but steady. For what? He asks, flopping beside me. For this, for seeing me. I didn't realize how much I needed it. He shrugs, playing it cool, but I see his throat bob. You do it for me. You always have. I smile, real and open, like I'm shedding a skin I've outgrown. We talk late, about my painting plans, his art school dreams, how we're both scared of failing but too stubborn to quit. The house is quiet, his dad a ghost somewhere, but it doesn't matter. It's us, and that's enough. I fall asleep mid-sentence, his voice fading into a hum, and when I wake, he's still there, curled up with my spare blanket, his face peaceful. October light spills in, golden and soft, and I know it, we're good. He's finding his way, I'm finding myself, and together we're unstoppable. But it's not over, not yet. The next few days something shifts. Rory's on a mission now, like he's decided I'm his project. He drags me to the library, digging up old art books. Stuff I used to pore over in college before life got in the way. Look at this, Mom, he says, shoving a book of impressionist paintings under my nose. You could do this, better even. I roll my eyes, but I'm flipping through it later, alone, tracing the brushstrokes with my finger, feeling that old itch creep back. Then he starts leaving me notes, little scraps of paper tucked into my purse, stuck to the fridge. Paint something today, one says. You're too good to stop, says another. It's cheesy, but it works. I'm in the garage more, messing with colors, experimenting, losing track of time. One afternoon, he barges in with a grin, holding up his phone. I signed you up for an art fair, local thing next month. You're showing something. I nearly drop my brush. Rory, what? I'm not ready. You are, he cuts in fierce. You just don't know it yet. I want to argue, but he's got that look, same one he had when he was 10, convincing me he could bike without training wheels, then proving it. So I keep painting, pushing myself, and it's terrifying but good, like I'm waking up after a long sleep. The house feels different too. Less empty, even with his dad still drifting in and out. Rory's energy fills it, and I'm starting to fill it too, not just with paint but with me, the me I'd forgotten. The art fair comes fast. Mid-November, the air sharp with frost, the town square buzzing with stalls and people. My canvas is there, that wild mess of swirls, propped up on a rickety table Rory borrowed from a neighbor. I'm a nervous wreck, hovering behind it, but he's right beside me, hyping me up to anyone who stops. My mom made this, pretty cool, right? He says, and I blush, but people nod, linger, ask questions. One woman, a gallery owner turns out, takes my name, says she likes my raw energy. I don't know what that means, but Rory's beaming like he knew it all along. We sell the painting. $50, nothing huge, but it feels like a fortune. On the way home, he's bouncing, talking a mile a minute about how I should do more, maybe open an Etsy shop, take a class. I laugh, but I'm thinking about it, really thinking. You're trouble, you know that? I say, ruffling his hair. He ducks, grinning. You love it. That night, we're back in his room, the usual spot. I'm sketching now too. Nothing serious, just doodles, and he's sprawled out watching me. You're different lately, he says, out of nowhere. Pause, pencil hovering. Good, different. Yeah, he says. Like you're here. Not just for me, but for you. Smile soft. Guess I've got you to thank for that. He shrugs, but his eyes are bright. Team effort. The weeks roll on, and it's not perfect. His dad's still a shadow, work's still a grind, and Rory's still stressing over school. But we've got this rhythm now, this thing between us that's stronger than before. I paint more, sell a few pieces online. Rory sets it all up, of course, and he's working on his portfolio, dreaming big. We cook, we talk, we fight over stupid stuff like who left the milk out, but it's us. Messy, real, alive. One night, late December, snow dusting the windows, we're in the kitchen. I'm stirring cocoa, he's burning marshmallows over the stove. On purpose, he claims. Mom, he says, voice quiet. I'm glad you're you again. I stop, spoon clattering, and look at him. My boy, taller than me, wiser than he should be. I'm glad you're you, I say back, and we don't need more than that. The house is warm, the world outside cold, but here with him I'm whole. Whole. And that's enough, no, it's everything.